again.
Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Bringing you reactions, reviews and slick recaps. Join the conversation, no time for mishaps. Trends will uncover, every beat devoured with fresh insights and energy will never tire. From pop culture to the latest in the game, dive in with us. You want to stake your claim, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Talk That Talk Media. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media.
What's up, TDT crew? It's your girl EJ.
And it's Tika.
And y'all already know we got Ben down at the bottom. Hey.
What up, no?
What is up, everybody? What is up? Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for us to get into the family business novel that is entitled Curtis Bounty Hunter. So we started last week with Ruthless Book Club, and we did the first 5 chapters. So we are back to do the chapters 6-17. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. We hope everybody that we sent books out to, we hope all of y'all got y'all books so that y'all can be reading along with us. And listen, everybody else who has already ordered the book, let us know what you're thinking about it so far. Drop down in the comments. Do all the things. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure to come in and type in #replay squad and just let us know that you came through and what you think about the book. And if you have not ordered the book yet, of course, Seek and I will drop the links throughout the live. And we're going to jump into it. Y'all know I like to start everything out with a vibe check because I need to know how y'all was feeling. Well, we already know how you was feeling, Ben. You wrote it.
Yep. Y'all already know.
Okay.
Tika, how was you feeling about these next chapters?
So I love these next chapters that we're going to talk about. I loved them because we're introduced to a couple of other characters. We get Raynard. That sounds so country, but I love it. We get Maya. You know, we get to see Cousin Curtis in the kitchen cooking up some things. So, you know, and we're going to talk about it. We definitely got to talk about Johnny Boy. But with that, you know, my vibe, I'm still on 10 with it. So 1 to 10, if you even ask me, I'm still on 10 with it. And not just because Ben is in the building, okay?
If y'all, let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't know Tika by now, she gonna speak what she gonna speak. So just because I'm here, it don't mean nothing.
That part. I'm liking it so far. So listen, y'all, quick little story time, because everybody knows that I love a good Audible book and that I have a hard time just sitting still and reading because I'm always doing like 11 things. So I always listen to Audibles. So I was like, I'm going to figure out how to get the Audible out of this until we get an Audible. So I finally figured out how to get my Kindle to work with the reading assistant. So for those out there who may be like me, who need to have somebody read it to you, you can actually go into your iPhone and change the voice on it, but then play it on your Alexa. And it won't sound like that Siri voice. It'll sound like a regular reading voice. There are other apps too you can use. I know Ben sent me an app that you can use, but they was trying to charge too much for that app. I said, no, and no, let me find me another way. So I found me another way.
I bought the app too. It's good too. But like you said, it's pretty pricey.
I ain't got that Ben money. I got that EJ. That it wasn't in my budget, okay? So other than that, it looked like it was a great app. I said, oh, this is the one. But then I said, whoa, no, this is not for me. But this worked out perfectly. I was able to listen to it while I was doing all the things that I was doing today. I listened to it on Alexa and it just read it so perfectly. Everything was good. I'm going to go back and do my next ones the same way. So that's just a heads up for anybody who just looking for a way to read it without having to pick up the book physically and read it. Order it on Kindle. It's $9.97. If you want a copy of the book, because I got my signed copy. If you want a copy of the signed copy of the book, you order it from the website. And then if you like me, you need to get that reading, go ahead and order you a Kindle too, so that you can go ahead and read it with the reading assistant. So had to put that out there. Shout out to everybody coming through. Angelica, thank you so much for coming through.
Come through.
Naya.
I got my Instagram live. The bio is in the link. If y'all want to join the discussion, the bio is in my Instagram link.
Hey. Okay, listen, please do.
My book is over here going through it, so I know I'm gonna have to make it to one of those book signings so I get me another copy. Okay,
you gotta come through. Yeah,
Girl.
yeah, for sure.
Lisa, you already know I dropped water on mine, so my book, my book is.
You gotta get you a hard copy, dog.
But listen, this book say, look, but like I told y'all, the part that was most important, it stayed intact. I went and actually air dried it to make sure that it didn't crumble up. And I don't know what kind of marker you was using, Ben, but this doggone marker worked.
That's the regular
Sharpie.
Yep.
Okay, well, listen, shout out to Sharpie, because that right there, I thought for sure it's about to smear all down. I was just like, oh, it's gone. But it stayed intact. I mean, it looked like it's been through some stains, but it's intact. Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all. Listen, we got to get into these these next chapters.
It feels like episodes.
I mean, they do. Mm-hmm. Listen, we got introduced to, like Tika said, a couple of new characters. We got Maya, we got Reynard. I don't know why I was going to call him Raymond earlier, and I got his name here, big as day, right there on my thing. And if you got the origin story, then you will know where Reynard came from as well. We got a little bit of Simeon and Santana. I think we actually got them a little bit. Did we get them before? We just got their names, but we didn't really get into them. Like, we really talk to them. So we got a little bit more of them in these chapters here. But we got a lot of Maya, actually. And we actually got a little more Nene this go around, because we did have her kind of come into the story with Curtis talking to his mom. So, yeah, we definitely got a lot of different stuff going on. So I'm going to jump into chapter 6 is where we get introduced to Maya. Listen, I ain't even going to ask it, because I'm going to wait and be surprised, because I think I know the answer to it. But Maya is an investigative journalist, and she happens to be from Waycross, Georgia. She happens to be they were really close friends at one point. They were super close, and I think they got a little too close, because somebody decided, as per usual, that they was going to jack it all up. Okay.
You know how you do. You know how that do. You know how Curtis Duncan do, man.
Okay, I said, dang, here we go. But I like this character. I like Maya. I like the fact that she's bold, that she's gonna go after what she wants. And I like when we first meet her, she was like, look, I didn't want to go do these type of pieces. This is what I wanted to do. And she was ready to go in there and do what she had to do, even though she was just one of three, it's only 3 Black women in her at the place that she works at, and I can't think of the
Washington Post.
I feel like they said it. Yeah, Washington Post. Yeah. I was like, I feel like they said it, but I don't think I wrote it down. But at the same time, she's just like, listen, I ain't finna do that. I'm finna do what I'm gonna do. And I think I like that about her from the jump. What was your thoughts, Ben, when you first created this character? Like, what were you trying to bring to it?
I think if you know the whole family business franchise, right? We have strong Black women on the show. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to kind of continue that with Maya, even with Detective Marcia as well. They are strong Black women who know what they want, right? And they're gonna go get it. So creating a character, that's kind of what I want. I wanted her to be strong, but I wanted her to be successful in her field, and so that's what I was thinking when I created Maya.
Okay. Hey, Tika, what are your thoughts about Maya? Like, how did you feel about chapter 6? Because really, it's really just an introduction to her.
Yeah. Yes. Chapter 6 is definitely an introduction to Maya. And just like Curtis said, being said, it's giving her, it's displaying her strength. It's acknowledging who she is. It's recognizing that she's just not a regular average individual. She's someone with standards. She's someone that has achieved great things. All the awards and accolades speaks volume as to who Maya is. So I loved the acknowledgement portion of who she was, and then she was that one that was going to get the story in any shape, form, or fashion. She was going to do what she had to do, to get the story. So I mean, I'm loving Maya, and if Mama if Auntie Nene like Maya, I like Maya too. Okay,
because that's what matters right there.
I think also too, right? She's somebody with integrity, right? Yeah. And so it's all about the truth with her. Mm-hmm. And so that makes it down the line once we get into the story more. You'll see that come out.
Right. Nice.
So I had to lay the groundwork in the early chapters of who she really was.
Yeah, and I love that. I love our introduction to her. Now, moving on from that, we go straight into chapter 7, where Bowen has gotten kidnapped. Listen, we knew that it was going to come. Like, we were sitting, I was like, okay, so when is it about to kick in? Because I'm pretty sure Johnny Boy is about to do something, but what exactly is he about to do? And he goes to the Attorney General and he kidnaps him, basically saying that he's going to start at the top of the food chain. Okay, like, I'm coming to get you first. But basically sending a message. And I was like, shoot, it is what it is. The way that he tried to throw the senator under the bus at the end. I was like, right. Man, you can't trust nobody. And then the way his wife just basically said, listen, I ain't have nothing to do with it. Like, it wasn't even, I didn't know. And then he was
we
like,
both ain't got the money. We both ain't got the money.
Listen, she was like, but you spent the money, you benefited off of it as well, so you gotta go too. But it was just, for me, it was the way that everybody started folding. I said, God, yeah. People looking down the barrel of a gun, and it's a totally different story. So I don't know, it was crazy, but I mean, it is what it is, and he took him out.
I feel like he had to take the wife out too, because you know what I mean. He didn't want to leave any kind of loose end. Yeah, he had to. He had to let her. He had to take her out as well. So, but yeah, like I was telling Tika earlier today, I was like, your villain has to be just as strong as your hero, right? He has to be super dangerous, and your hero just can't walk through him, right? He's gotta be compatible in a sense. Mm-hmm. For the story to be interesting. You don't want your hero to just walk through, whoever they try.
Because I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret in a second, but I'm finished talking about this, but I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. Yeah. It ain't probably gonna be no secret to Tika, but I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. But so that happened. So to everybody who is reading let's see, we got a few comments in here. Everybody saying they're loving the book. I'm letting let myself get spoiled a little bit. I'm gonna let it slide. Listen, you still gotta go read the book. Trust me, like, you still gotta go read the book. But this is great, because how many opportunities do you get to actually sit with the author and really dive into the book? So I would definitely take advantage of it. But I love that chapter. I was like, okay, so Johnny Boy is the real deal, and we ain't playing no games. You know what? I liked what he said, because what he said made sense. Like, this is the fact that you thought you could play in my face is pretty much what he telling him. Like, it's not about the fact that you did it, but it's about the fact that you thought that I was disposable. And I was like, okay, this villain right here got me on the fence. Like, hold on. Like, wait a second, Johnny Boy, because you kind of got a point here. Like, we was all doing dirt, but y'all thought that y'all were better than me and that I was going to be the scapegoat. And but no, that's not how we doing it. So it's almost like you feel something for Johnny in that moment, because you're like, hell, he right. Like, right. How do y'all think that you're better than him when y'all was all doing dirt? But he got to be the one that got to go down, but y'all don't got to go down. So in a way, towards in this manner, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Johnny Boy, go for it. So I don't know. Was that what you were going for?
Yeah, well, it was more of like, it was about the principle, right? Like, it was more about the principle of the situation. You know, you try and throw me underneath the bus. You know what I'm saying? You could just think you could just dispose of me. It ain't about like right now. When she was talking about the money. It was like it ain't about the money. It ain't about none of that. It's all about revenge, and it's all about showing y'all that y'all not gonna be able to do that with me. So
And
yeah.
I felt the way because I feel like now we're going to, at some point, we're going to call in other people to try to catch this guy. But y'all created this. Like, y'all literally created this whole problem. And now somebody else has to go in and put their life on the line for problems that you guys created. And y'all are knee deep in all of the stuff. Like, I was so offended by this. I was offended for Johnny Boy.
And it's all about, and it's, as you read, I don't want to tell a lot of the story, but it's all about greed. It's all about the shit that we're going through now with our administration and our government. So the book is right on top with that.
Okay, definitely. That's what's up.
But EJ, I just want to say, why did Scott Boyens have the audacity? Why did he think it was gonna be okay to walk by himself? Like, sir, your life is on the line. Like, why are you out in these DC streets by yourself? And then your ass end up getting snatched up. Like, that's what you get. Like, you're getting everything that you deserve at this point. Betrayal, and thinking, and too cocky, thinking that, nothing's gonna happen. I'm just gonna watch my back a little bit. But no, he moved solo and ended up getting snatched up, y'all. That's all I can say.
That's crazy thing too, because his office is a couple blocks away, right? So his office is not far. It is walking distance. So my mindset in writing that was like, okay, he wanted to get back to the office. And so it was in walking distance, and he wasn't even thinking like he could even be touched. Right. You know what I mean?
That part, that was the untouchable part for me, was the main thing that I was just looking at him like, you can't be touched, but clearly Johnny Boy showed him something different.
Okay, that part got right on there into him. Listen, prayerfully and hopefully we manifested it.
Amen.
So moving on. Okay, moving on into chapter 8, we go straight into Curtis, where we find out, like, he goes to a couple of different people looking for these different jobs, and we find out that, really the job market is kind of just dried up at it. Like it's nothing out there, nothing that he's really looking for, nothing that's going to fit his what he's wanting to do. But we also, I think, hold on, make sure this is the chapter where we find this out. I don't want to jump ahead. Okay, yeah. So this is also the chapter that we find out why Curtis does what he really does. We find out that he really does this because he needed something to give him purpose, control, clarity. Of course, it wasn't about the money. We know the family that he comes from. We know that money is not an issue or anything like that. We know that if he ever wanted a job or to work for the family business, that he could. We also, I want to say in this chapter, we found out about the reason why, well, we kind of already known, but they lean into it a little bit more about why he never went to really work for the family business. He didn't want to go to jail. It's point blank, plain and simple. He didn't want to go to jail. He didn't want to do anything that was going to land him away from his family, because now that his dad is gone and has been locked up in Fresh Meadows, he wanted to make sure that he could be there for his family and take care of his family, and he couldn't do that locked up in a jail cell. So he chose something different. And I think this was very interesting for those who may not know why Curtis took these different routes. And I thought that was a really great chapter. So I love that.
Mm-hmm. I think the chapter, like you said, it really explained to people why he didn't join the family business like the rest of his cousins, right? But like you're saying, he, his dad was taken away from him at 15 years old. His mom, Nene, had breast cancer. He had younger siblings, which was Lauren and Kenny, and he couldn't afford to risk, going to jail and leaving his mom, who had breast cancer, to take care of his younger siblings. So he decided to go a different route, you know. And like you said, he didn't go to finishing school because of his mom. You know, everybody else went to finishing school. Everybody went to finishing school, I want to say, except for him. Him and Roman, you know. And Roman wasn't a part of the family then.
Yeah. And I don't think Rio went to finishing school either. I think
Rio didn't go?
I don't think Rio went to finishing school either. But just about everybody else was up in there. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I thought that this was a really good chapter. Tika, what were your thoughts on finding out, if you didn't know that, what were your thoughts on finding out like his real hardcore reasons for not ever joining the family business?
Well, for me, because I've watched the show, because we've kind of had the conversation, I kind of was already aware of, what he hadn't been to finish school, his purpose. He was there for his mama, with cancer when dad got sent away to fresh metals. Like I understood. So reading that part, but already knowing it was even more clear as to why he didn't, he made some of the decisions that he had to make. It just showed the strength of a young man at 15 years old that was willing to be the man of the house. A lot of kids that age or boys that age don't step up like that. So it just shows, it shows to the credibility of Curtis that, he's been a stellar man like his entire life. Some things were not by choice and some things were by choice. So, I was just here for the inside or the backstory, a little bit more of the backstory on Curtis. And then, he made it known. Don't act like money is an issue for me. Like that's not the problem. I like getting money, but I also am an adrenaline junkie. So that let us know, hey, he can't, and when it's slow, it's too slow for him. He has to be doing something to keep that adrenaline pumping for him. So yeah, I was into that. I love that story.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll move on into chapter 9, which is where we get a little bit more into Johnny Boy. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I like Johnny Boy. Now I probably won't like him on down the line when he starts, when it starts to be a problem with him and Curtis. But for right now, at this moment, like up into the part that we've read, I actually low-key like Johnny Boy. I ain't got no problems with Johnny Boy because I feel like y'all was messing with him and he was over there minding his business, just trying to do what we've been doing. Like, I'm a criminal. I've been doing criminal stuff. We was doing criminal stuff together. Right. And now it's a problem. And so for that reason, I feel like Johnny Boy is justified. So he talks about, like most people, know his real name is Jonathan Boykins. They call him Johnny Boy. When he was little, I think it was like TY or something, meant like Little King. And I love his patience. This is some real deal patience. Johnny Boy is smart as hell. Yeah. Johnny Boy knew for 6 months that this was going to go down. And he sat there and he waited and he did it all in a particular way because he wanted to have the most. He could have done this a long time ago. He could have probably just had them off. He got connections. He got all sorts of stuff, but he wanted to make an impact. And I was like, I could get down with this villain.
I mean, he's super calculated, right? Like he's like you're saying, he's patient, but he's calculated too. Like, so he's sitting in that jail cell. He's already knowing what's happening. He know he could do what he needs to do as far as to turn him in. You know what I mean? But he like, nah. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to the right time. And me going in. Did we go? We talk about the court scene and him going to the federal building. That he felt like that was the right time for him to make his move.
Yeah.
And switch the whole narrative on what they wanted to do.
Oh, absolutely. And I figured, like, if you think about it, like, if you're sitting there and you're the attorney general and the senator and you see all of this happen, they're off their game now. They don't have a plan for this. Their plan was to take down this man. They had their own plan, and their plan just completely got dismantled because they didn't think about all the other things that could happen. So have an A, B, C, and D plan. But Johnny Boy was thinking about everything. And he said something that really stood out to me. He said he told the Attorney General that you're not dying because I hate you, but or because of this. You're dying because you're part of the system that decided that I was disposable. And I was like, well, shit. Well, damn.
At line.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, bars. Because that made, I mean, dang. But Tika, talk about how you felt about being introduced to Johnny Boy as they go more into his character in this chapter.
Listen, I love Johnny Boy since the first 5 episodes that we even got introduced to, the book chapters. I keep saying episode. The first 5 chapters that when we were introduced to Johnny Boy, I loved him then. I still love him. I know he's got to go up against one of our favorites, but right now he's justified, even though he's criminal, but he's still justified in his actions. And he ain't holding anything back. He's saying how he feels. He's moving strategically. And hey, whatever happens in the midst of it, if you become casualty of war, rest in peace, Mrs. Bowens. You just a casualty of war. That's just what it is. So, listen, let's go, Johnny Boy, for right now, anyway, until other things. But he doing what he had to do. They messed with him, so we got to get him back.
I think I kind of had to set him up, right, as someone who was super calculated, who was smart, just because when him and Curtis go at it, like, you already know that this is not going to be a walk in the park for Curtis.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, we'll see what happens further along in the book.
Yeah. That was respectfully, that was perfect. The way you're writing, the way you wrote Johnny Boy was perfect. Like you said, he's got a formidable opponent coming up, and so I got to make him likable, lovable to a certain extent. I got to show who he really is, how dangerous he can really get. And for those of y'all that haven't read the book yet, y'all need to go ahead and get this book, because y'all gonna see some things with Johnny Boy. He's not to be messed with. Shout out to the Haitian community. Y'all need to check in and step into this book too. Okay, step by stay. Okay.
Yep.
That part, absolutely. Yeah, I love the way you wrote this character too, just because I love a character when I can like love the villain, even though like I could love the protagonist and be like, oh gosh, I love them. But then the fact that you get a villain, like you get a villain that you absolutely hate, that you absolutely love, but you're supposed to hate them, but you love them, but you like, damn it, why I can't love them because I know that I'm not supposed to. But the fact of the matter is that it feels like you're getting all of this because, especially if you're reading it from a certain perspective, like if you're reading it from the perspective of, dang, Johnny Boy got a doggone point. Like Johnny Boy is like he just really has a point, and you can't deny that point that he has, right? You feel bad for him because those other guys, even though they're wearing suits and they're supposed to be the good guys, they not the good guys either. It's like that blurred line of what's really good and what's really not, or how far is it to you say a person is bad, or like how far do they actually have to go before you say, oh, okay, that person really is not that great of a person. You know what I mean? Like it's like all these little blurred lines. And now you're like, dang.
I mean, I
think that was great.
I mean, it's really like our administration right now.
I mean, to be honest with you.
It's really like you know what I'm saying? So, like you're saying, just Johnny Boy is definitely someone who is he kind of outsmarted them right now. You know.
You're so messy, DeMarcus. Thank you for the $5 super chat.
What'd he say?
Ben Stevens, would you be upset if they replaced Black Hamptons and gave you Black Hampton slot as a show? Oh my gosh, that's so messy.
No, I want all of them. I want Black Hamptons. I want New Orleans.
All of them.
I want Curtis. I want Family Business, the original. I want all of them joints.
Okay.
We ain't trading in nothing.
Taking over.
Yeah, part. All of them, okay? That part, because we need to have something like from this season and then the next season into the next. We need to make it all the year. Okay,
Yep.
like
We want all
that's
of
it.
them. We coming for everything this year.
Okay, that part. I'm not mad at that. So let's see. So after we talked about Johnny Boy. So let me see what chapter we were on. Chapter 10. So chapter 10 is when we get Raynard Bradford. Now, if you downloaded the origin story, like I know all y'all better had to download that origin story, you already met this character because this is who actually got Cousin Curtis into the bounty hunting business. And he's the one who introduced it to him. Apparently, he wanted him to be a U.S. Marshal. Curtis said, listen, I ain't about that life. My whole family is criminals. Ain't no way I could go over here and work for the man. I'm not doing that. Now,
Right.
I got a line. Listen, Curtis said he got an ethical line that he draw when it comes to this right here, okay?
Right.
But no, seriously. So we're introduced to this character, which, again, some of us are already familiar with him. But Winbush ends up calling him, and that is because Winbush gets the phone call he calls the attorney general's phone. Johnny Boy picks up the phone instead and lets him know, like, look, your boy is gone and you pretty much about to be next. But he's toying with him right now, and that's the beauty of what Johnny Boy is doing, is that he's sitting up there playing with him so much. It's like, you know, like you don't know the time, nor the hour, nor the day. That's some time that he's on. And so now he's like, look, I got to call some people in. So he calling up the U.S. Marshal, like, look, I need some help. And he specifically asked for Cousin Curtis because Cousin Curtis has a reputation, right? He's the best bounty hunter that there is. And so this is who he wants to go in there. And then Raynard is like, look, you know that he don't follow the rules. Like, he not going to follow, like he going to do some stuff that's going to be by any means necessary. And that's why I think that Winbush really, really wants Cousin Curtis, because he knows that Curtis is going to go in there and he's going to do what has to be done, even if that means that Johnny Boy is going to be, which is what he actually wants. Winbush doesn't want Johnny Boy to live. He wants somebody to take him out. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's low-key asking, in my opinion. That's how I took that when I read that's what he wanted without saying the actual words.
Right. He is a tricky situation for Raynard right now, I think, because don't you find it suspicious that he asked for Curtis though? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so Raynard was like, well, how do you even know Curtis? Like, how do you know him? Like, I know him, but how do you know him? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I think he does want to, is by any means necessary, bring him in, but, you know, really take him out. He's cool with Curtis taking him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what he really, really wants. But how does he know Curtis? That's my question.
That's what I was just about to say, because I feel like his intentions are like double-sided. Like I feel like he got something else. Because out of all the bounty hunters in the world, you pick Curtis Duncan. So like, what's really the deal with that?
Well, he doesn't personally know Curtis, right? But like he said in the book, he read about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he discovered Curtis just from reading about him, reading about articles, understanding that Curtis is good at what he does. And so that's how he knows about him, but he don't actually really know Curtis. Like Bradford knows Curtis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you said, he was the one that kind of introduced Curtis to the whole bounty hunter game. So he knows him personally. Right. But Winbush doesn't know Curtis personally. He just heard about him.
Okay, because I was definitely side-eyeing Winbush. Like, we already can't trust Winbush.
I mean, we don't trust him, no way.
Right,
we definitely don't trust.
I was just thinking, okay, if there's some ill intentions with him, you know, picking Curtis, because you know me, I don't trust nobody. So I was just, you know, making. I mean,
we'll see later on. We'll see later on in the book how that whole thing ties in.
Gotcha.
Okay, because we know he gonna be on some other stuff for sure. Because you just don't pick a certain person. I mean, yeah, he's great at his job, but it's always a reason why people do certain things. And like I said, I really feel like he wants him to unalive him. But if something else comes, here's the problem right here, and this is just like a foreshadowing of moment when you're reading this particular portion of it. Winbush is just as criminal as Johnny. You call in one of the best bounty hunters that you can, knowing the only way that people can catch people is if they get to know people, if they learn people, if they really, really figure out who they are, right? He's going to figure out that Winbush is that he's just as diabolical and that he's been in on this the whole time. So when that happens, then what? Are you going to want to take Cousin Curtis out? Like, he's not to be trusted. There's something that's going to happen. That little part right there was definitely a foreshadow. So I guess we just going to have to wait to see.
Yeah, we have to wait and see it. But I think he definitely sold it to Reynard, right? He was like, look, we need somebody that's not in the system. You know what I'm saying? We know Johnny Boy knows he knows people, so we need somebody to go after him that he can't buy, and he's not in the system at all. And so Curtis was the perfect person to go after him.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
If y'all read the story already, or if y'all are reading the book already, let us know what the bounty was. How much is Johnny Boy worth? Y'all drop it in the chat. Let us know. I want to see who actually reading. Okay.
Tika giving y'all quizzes. Okay.
Pop quizzes.
Okay,
we're gonna have a segment called Tika's Pop Quiz.
Okay.
Hey, y'all do it.
They definitely put a bounty out for him. I did have that in my notes, but now that Tika asked, I'm gonna leave it out. But listen, and they said dead or alive too. This amount of money, dead or alive. So we're gonna move on into chapter 11, which we're back to Johnny Boy again. We get a little more with his. I wanted to talk about his tech guy. He has a tech guy, Simeon. Simeon apparently can do some things. Okay. And then we have Santana, who is like his killer. And then I think he asked him, like, I think it was Santana, I don't know if it was Santana or Simeon, but one of them asked him, like, why didn't you just flip on him? Like, wouldn't that have been the easier thing to do, was just to go ahead and flip on him, since you already knew this a long time ago? But that's the thing, is that he's like, first of all, I'm not a snitch. And second of all, he wanted to do it. He wanted it this way. Like, this is, he didn't want to go about it that way. Because I did think about that.
You know, what's funny is, like, he was like, if I snitch, first of all, I'm not a snitch, like you said. Secondly, if I turn him in, I can't touch him like I want to touch him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't put my hands on him like I want to really put my hands on him. So he decided to do it this way.
He wanted to see how I think he says, I wanted to show them how it felt to be hunted, or something like that. Yep. I wanted to show them what it felt like to be hunted down, or something in regard. But I was like, listen, I like Johnny Boy. That's diabolical. I mean, shoot, yeah. Let's do that. Okay, listen. Okay, Dre said she reading Tika-Dooshi.
Let's go. Okay, I see you. Listen, the Giddy Gang. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine. Aaron, you can get a copy of the book at the website, is cousincurtis.com. I have been dropping it inside of the chats on all the channels. So you should be able to see the link. You can click on the link, and that will give you the signed copy of it. If you can't wait to get your signed copy, then of course you can always go to Amazon. You can get the Kindle version of it as well. But if you want a signed copy, you want to be a part of the signed copy. You want to be a part of
the exclusive club.
Okay. Then going over to that website and get it there. But
and cousin is CUZZIN.
Yes, CUZZIN, cousincurtis.com. And I just dropped the link in there on all the channels, so y'all should be able to grab that up and definitely go and show some love and some support. Lori said, I just got okay, great. Lori, so happy that you got your book. Yes, I said that. And I'm definitely will be finished in the morning. And will any of the cousins be called in to help cousin? I like spoilers.
Keep reading, because somebody on the way.
Somebody on the way.
Okay. But yeah, so let me see, where was we at? Oh, chapter 11. Any other thoughts over chapter 11, Tika?
I mean, I'm impressed with the Giddy Gang. Like, They not to be messed with. They are not just muscle, they're mentally strong. They know what they're doing. You talking about tech guy and he was how I want to say he was solid but deadly when he took out Bowens and the wife. Okay, he moved and it was just like, oh man, please don't do it. Okay, please don't do it. Okay, and did it.
It ain't no
He had
begging.
no empathy.
It ain't no begging with him, and you ain't getting out of it. He came gonna put the silencer on there because he knows he was in Georgetown. He just took him and his wife out.
Right.
Johnny Boy he ain't no joke.
He's not playing with these folks. Chapter 12, we get back to Curtis, and this is where we actually get the call from when he's speaking with his mom. He's speaking to Nene. And she starts talking to him, like most moms do, like, listen, when you gonna give me some grandbabies? She wants him to find his purpose. Like, she wants him to set down some roots. She makes a lot of observations, right? Because they're on a FaceTime call. She notices them draws sitting over there. She notices the fact that he has not put together his place. Like he's not making it a home. It's almost like he's doing it on purpose. Like I don't want this to be like I'm gonna leave. Like if I don't set any roots here, I can always leave here. It's always in leave mode. And she notices that and she's just calling him out on it. And it sounds like this is a conversation that she's had with him many of times. But I mean, she's a mom, so she's gonna keep having that conversation.
Right. I think one thing that I really like about our show, The Family Business, is when those family moments, right? Our show is it's kind of a mafia dangerous show, but it also has like real intimate family moments at times. You know what I mean? And I felt like I wanted the book to have those type of moments in it as well. So that's the type of moment, with bringing the family in and bringing, making it familiar, with the fans, bringing Nene in and having the conversation and really showing the bond between her and Curtis, and him calling her on FaceTime or she calling him on FaceTime, and like you said, she has had this discussion with him before. You know what I mean? Like, when you gonna settle down, dog? Like, you 38 years old now. Like, you're gonna be 40 soon. Like, when are you gonna start having kids? Like, when are you gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? She's right. Like, I'm not gonna be here forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? This is those discussions that moms have with their sons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like she said, she found the panties and shit, and he didn't know who they were. Then Trisha. So he ain't know, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know. So he's still living. You know what I'm saying?
That bachelor life.
The bachelor life, and she's like, "Yo, you come on now. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Marcia told him go get yourself together, and
everybody telling him
he getting himself together the way he want to. But real quick in the chat, y'all, I don't know if y'all know Jordan Jackson, but he's a super funny comedian. So shout out to D. Jordan Jackson for coming through. Salute to you, sir. Thank you for coming through.
Hey, Jordan. Yes. I was about to say somebody asked a question. I'm gonna grab this question real quick. At what point in time does the book take between the shows? Does it incorporate scenes from the shows as references? This is so if you have read any of the Family Business books, and so there are the Family Business, the series books, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there are the Family Business novels. These are the books that take place that are centered on characters from the show, like Trouble in Rio, To Paris with Love, No More Mr. Nice Guy. And then we have Curtis Duncan Bounty Hunter, who is the newest addition to this group of books. So that was the long answer. So the short answer is no, it does not necessarily have any scenes that come into the show, because the show and the books are not exactly the same. They are based off of these things, based off of the book, but they're not always the same. A lot of things from the books and the television show have actually changed. They're not all the same. but it is in the world of the family business, which makes it such a great read. And that's what we were just talking about the fact that you bring in that familiar character to link and tie to make the fans of the family business, like, that this is the world that you're in, because now we're going to start crossing over these characters. We'll get to a point where we get Nevada in here, so that we have these people that are familiar, because Curtis is already familiar, but we need to have other links to make you know that this is in the world of the family business. And I love that.
And even
I think
down
also
to
too.
I'm sorry,
T. I think also too, like, even we did it with the TV shows, right? We had to figure out who could go from the original show to New Orleans, right? And so Curtis and his family and Larry and Nene and was the family who could actually, that made sense, that could go from the original show to New Orleans, to make it familiar with the fans and connect the dots.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, T.
No, you're fine. And I was just gonna say, even with the mention of Lauren, we always, her name is actually mentioned in this book. So it's like, okay, well, I don't know if she want to be in this life that I'm in. Like, it's super dangerous. What I do, but just the mention of it gives a familiar feel. It gives that familiarity to the story or the show, and then with the book as well. But I love it. Standalone. Family connected, either way, it's still a good read, just for those that haven't had the opportunity to get the book yet. And we want to know if y'all are purchasing this book tonight. Like, if y'all go ahead and purchase this book, and Ben gonna see when you purchase, just say, hey, I got mine.
I will see. And Dice, shout out to my man Dice.
Shout out to Dice in the building.
Dice plays Dice in New Orleans. So
got too big.
He ain't got them hands.
And got them hands laid on them. Yes.
Dice, we're gonna have to get him back, Dice. We're gonna have to get him back.
Until he show otherwise, I'm be waiting for this next season of New Orleans, because until he show otherwise, I'm clowning all day long. You can get the book at the website. We've been dropping the link in the chat. I'm dropping it again. Just click on the link and you get the signed copy at this address. It is Cousin Curtis at CousinCurtis.com. Put it up on the screen. CousinCurtis.com. This will get you the signed copy. Okay, because that's what we want. We want that signed copy.
Yes.
This is getting you the signed copy, and you might even get a picture. Get your little note. But of course, if you cannot wait, listen, we take the Kindle version, the Amazon version as well. Listen, we here for it. And them hands are coming.
We'll see.
Okay, we gotta see. We gotta see.
We saw that the big fell hard. That's all I'm saying.
We good. Hey, Dice, we good. Dice, I promise you, we good. We got his ass. We're gonna get his ass back.
But Dice did say that he got the book finished. Let us know what you think about the book in the chat. Dice, let us know what you thought about it, what your favorite parts and all that stuff was thus far. And just as an add-on, in book 6, Curtis actually takes Lauren on some of his missions with him and starts introducing her into the bounty hunter thing. So I think it would be interesting wondering what she's gonna pick, which I feel like is a whole nother avenue that they could go down with. Like, I feel like at some point, to give us more of another character, Lauren would be another one that they could really throw us into, because she's a mystery as well. I feel like the characters that are a mystery in the sense of we don't have a ton of story on them would make for some of these great family business novels as well. So I think that would be dope. Let's see what chapter we on. Okay, so we just finished Curtis. And he's talking to Nene. Okay, so we're on 13. So we over here with Senator Winbush again. And then we find out that Senator Winbush, Senator Winbush ain't no punk. Senator Winbush he say, look, I ain't the one to play with. Like, I said,
that's what he's saying.
I said,
with all that security.
But he said, he said, look, I ain't trying to go down here and hide out nowhere. I'm gonna be right out here in these streets.
Right.
That's how
He can come get me up in these halls.
Mhm.
But I think it was important to let people know his backstory a little bit. You know, he's from West Virginia. You know, he had a rough upbringing as well. You know what I mean? His dad used to abuse him. You know, him and his family. So I wanted to show that, like you said, he went through some stuff, and he not no punk either. You know what I mean? I mean, he in politics, man. You know, so
Right.
he cutthroat anyway. You know, so
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I like. I said, oh, okay. Then it got me to thinking again. I said, oh, so yeah, he about to be on some dirty stuff, but we gonna see. I ain't got no love for him, but I do respect the fact that he ain't just your average politician. He just like, look, come get me, come at me. If that's the case, what you gonna do? So I guess we're gonna have to see how this all play out. Let me get DeMarcus super chat. Shout out to DeMarcus with the $5 super chat. It's time for Kenny to meet Roman. It would be interesting if Curtis taught Roman the bounty hunting business. Fun fact, in the book, in book 6, Curtis and Roman are actually really, really close inside of the book. He's one of those people that they gravitate towards, and he does kind of take him. I don't know if it's going to be for bounty hunting per se, but he does take him under his wing, and he does actually go on his, one of the, I can't remember exactly where he was going. I can't remember what the mission was. It was to catch some doggone body. Anyway, because Curtis has a mission inside of book 6 too. But Roman actually helps him with that. And so they actually are close in the book. So fun fact for that. Go get the books, y'all. I'm telling y'all, if you go read all these books, you just know stuff. It's just stuff in there. It's such a great story. Like they really do open up the world. It's such a world building book. But Senator Bush, that's where we were at. Senator Bush. Tika, what was your thoughts on old Bushy Bush?
Wimbush, I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, now we get an understanding, like being said, he was abused by his father, the sting of the belt, like cooking beans in the can over the fire, you know, that's a real struggle. So to build himself up from the humble beginnings that he came from was impressive, but unfortunately he has found himself corrupt. Like now at this point, I'm just looking at him like another corrupt politician. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. That's what I see him as. But it gives you a little bit of empathy for his character, or for Wimbush. It gives you a little bit of empathy, but then it's like, man, you still dirty though. Like you just as bad as Johnny Boy at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and is Johnny Boy that bad? Like, wait a minute, Johnny Boy that bad?
He bad now. We don't deny Johnny Boy bad.
We don't know what Johnny Boy been out here doing. All we know is that we know what time he on right now, but we don't know the extent of all the dirt Johnny Boy has done. Let me help Johnny Boy out for a second. We know he dirty
yet. Though. We know he dirty.
We know he dirty. We know he got a little dirt on him. But you know,
he got a lot of dirt on him.
The senator, the attorney general could have, you know, they could have led him into this. He was just a young man trying to. No, I'm just trying. Okay. Chapter 14, y'all. We get back into Curtis in chapter 14, and this is when he actually links back up with his old childhood friend Maya. And they haven't seen each other in 22 years. Maya, of course, grew up in Waycross, Georgia. She's a little tomboy. Nene seems to like her. She got pictures of her and tutu and all this stuff. I think they talk about that later when he talks to his mom. Curtis actually talked to his mom a couple of times so far. I don't know if he talks to her more, but so far he's talked to her a couple of times, which tells that he and his mom are really, really close. And we even explore more of his cooking side. I just want to throw that out there as well. And he got recipes. He got his mama's recipe. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like real deal.
Right. He like that. He like that in the kitchen too.
We like it.
Okay, he real deal. But so we all know. I think I want to make sure that I said this, but they want Curtis to go catch Johnny Boy. So I think we talked about that when we went to the Reynard's chapter. but they want him to go and catch him. And Curtis, of course, he looking for that next high. So he's going to go and do it. So now,
it's an M.
Okay, that just make it even better.
And the bounty is a meal. He like,
right.
He couldn't find he couldn't find work anywhere else. So
he got to do what he got to do.
Right.
So in this chapter, we get another familiar voice. We get Nevada, because Curtis is going to call Nevada, like, look, I need you. Like, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. We got to find out, all that we can. Basically, he is in the process of finding out all the information. And now that we got Maya, who is an investigative journalist, who he happens to know because didn't she do like an article or something? And the article got canned or something like that. And she had all this information on Johnny Boy, but they, couldn't actually put the article out there because the powers that be said, hell to the no, to the no. So she couldn't put it out there.
I think a lot of her exposés, right, that she came out with was kind of all of a sudden disappeared, right? Because she's good at what she's good at what she does, and what she write about is she's uncovering some stuff, and they's like, nah, we can't put this out, and so that's the whole thing behind Maya, right? Is she's all about the truth, but the powers that be kind of shut her work down. And that's why they like, go do some kitchen stuff or go, write about some lifestyle stuff. And she like, nah, I'm not writing about that. Like, I'm writing about this, and so a lot of her work was kind of pushed to the side because it would uncover some stuff that people don't want to be known.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, we got to talk about the messiness of it all, because I'm going to go ahead and just put it out there, because this is where we get the revelation that, Curtis be out here being an F-boy sometimes. It just is what it is, okay? We learned that Curtis, he messed up, he decided that he was going to go mess around with her best friend, Rochelle. And
but he did it for a reason, but go ahead.
Come on. That's not a good reason.
No, he did it for a reason. But go ahead, finish. Go ahead and finish.
Is the reason going to be shown to us much later? Because if this chapter is not a reason.
Here's the thing: why he didn't. What?
Here we go, Tika.
No, listen, Tika. This is why he did what he did. When you have that really, really good friend, right? And you don't want to mess it up. Right. He didn't. She's a really, really good. She was his really close friend, and he didn't want to mess that friendship up, and so he sabotaged it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know that. That's what we read in the chapter. But come on.
But listen, okay. Here I go feeling sorry for Curtis.
Don't do it, Tika. Don't do it. Stand strong. Stand strong.
I can understand that, because they had a whole handshake, like they were connected, like homies. You know what I mean? And she probably wasn't as sexy as she is today that she was back then. She's just maturing and going into her. So he saw somebody else and was like, I don't want to spoil this relationship that I got with this friend. Somebody I could be friends with forever. Let me just let me do something over here to occupy my time. And then if it's meant for me and Maya to reconnect or connect like that one day, then we will.
You get it.
No,
you get it.
No,
you get it.
I really do get it. I really do get it.
Don't do that. You could have did that with anybody else except for her best friend. If you really wanted to keep this friendship intact, then that was not the way to do it. That was some F-boy stuff.
But here's the thing.
Was she expressing that she had feelings?
That was never together.
Right.
That was never together.
But that doesn't matter. The way that it reads that they knew that there was something that was growing between them. So instead of walking down this,
it was his best.
And it was her friend.
That'll be all right.
Could have just been anybody else. That's all I'm saying. Like, that could have potentially ruined the friendship that you were trying to protect.
He just,
Like, come
he just,
on.
but that's what it did. That's what it did, and that's why he didn't talk to her in 22 years, just
See,
because of
there you
that.
go. See, there we go. So
That's
it
really
had
the
the
reason.
opposite
Like
effect.
it says in the book. It says in the book. I sabotaged it. I didn't want it. I didn't want to, mess up what we had. I sabotage it and end up sabotaging it anyway. And
Exactly.
and he apologized. He apologized.
He does apologize, but I just need Tika. Don't be co-signing this BS. Don't be co-signing it. Don't do that.
Listen, it wasn't my relationship. I stay out of relationship business. All I want to know is, can we get that recipe? Can we get the recipe so we can cook like Cousin Curtis? That's all.
Okay, that's what you need to do.
Food,
okay,
so.
side note. Okay, side note. That's what you need to do. You need to take all the recipes, Nene's recipes, right, and make them into a cookbook, and it could be like I don't know what the name of it would be.
It could be Nene's recipes.
Yeah, something like that. Like seriously, like no, I'm like no joke.
I'm thinking about it.
Like that would be like a great spinoff into the thing, especially if he keeps making these dishes inside of the book or whatever. You can make a Nene's cookbook and do it as an ebook, and just you sell it for like $9.99, $10, something like that.
I'm gonna do that. I'm going to
Just
do
saying,
that.
I buy a damn ebook cookbook all the doggone time. I got so many of them. It's ridiculous. I love a good cookbook. Okay, I'm sorry. We just went all off the side. Oh, Nene's Kitchen. There you go. Look at Dice coming through. Okay, you ain't got to throw hands, boo boo. I'm not even mad at it. That's a good name right there. I love it.
But that's in the book.
Okay, but I mean, like that's the name of the book should be though. Like that's what it should be.
That is. Yeah.
Okay. It should be called Nene's Kitchen. It would be so great because he says that he's gonna name his restaurant that. But you need to name this real life book Nene's Kitchen.
There we go. Who would buy it? I want to hear some people in the comments.
Listen, I know y'all love a good cookbook. I know I got a ton of them. So drop it in the chat. Nene's Kitchen. Do we need to make this happen?
Yes.
Some real deal recipes. Let's get it. But let me get back on track. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'll be going sideways sometimes. But anyway, so after this, Cousin Curtis does apologize to her when
Thank you.
He does apologize to her. He have to let that be the first thing because it can't be no weirdness in between them when he's trying to get some information. He got to get what he wants. You know what I noticed? Cousin Curtis does this quite like, never mind. I almost went off track again. You know what? I'm going to let that go.
Listen, he sincerely apologized to her.
Yep,
he was really, he knew he had messed up. That's why he ain't talked to his best friend in 22 years. He did that. So
of course he did that. Yeah, he did that one.
And I know, of course.
He did it, okay. Oh my goodness. So they have their conversation and my what'd you say?
I just said sound like he told you.
Girl, don't even.
You know I'm gonna be messy. You know I'm gonna be messy.
Just extra messy.
Carry on.
I just don't understand why we can't ever just be on the same side for just one thing. That's all I'm asking. Like this was clear cut, and you were headed there with me, and then you got bought into his charm and just took a beeline.
That definitely helped.
The Marcus. It was before. She was before Nefertiti.
Oh yeah. This is when he was 15.
He was young.
He didn't even know Neff then.
Yeah, he didn't know Neff then.
But let's move on to the next chapter, guys. So we are on to chapter 15 after the whole conversation. Just to speed up, after the whole conversation, he basically needs her help with this Johnny Boy thing. He needs the information. He don't want her to get into nothing because he don't want to put her in any danger or anything like that, of course, but he do need this information, and he try to make it very clear to her, look, I don't need you to do no X, Y, and Z. I just need you to give me this information. But we know that Maya not gonna listen. We ain't even had her in the book long enough, but I just know that she is not going to listen. You can just tell. But we back to her. They actually go and meet with somebody who could potentially give them some information, right? Sticky, iggy. Oh, Sticky.
Sticky fingers.
Okay, definitely Sticky. One little funny part was the way he took the black diamond watch. I said, dang,
Sticky.
Yeah. They call
You
them
know what's funny?
sticky fingers for a reason.
I'm from DC, right? So I really knew somebody named. It was a sticky fingers in our community.
Wow.
But he wasn't pickpocketer, but he was like he'll rob your ass. So
That's just as bad. Oh wow.
Okay.
So that's where that character came from. So I was like, oh, that would be a cool name for this character.
Okay, that's dope. I love the fact that because I know we talked about this before, the fact that you used a lot of real things in the book, real places, real all this, it just really feels authentic in itself. But to know that you actually used other things to even make it even more authentic, it just makes it even more dope. Yeah. So Maya and Cousin Curtis go to meet with Sticky trying to get this information. And listen, Johnny Boy must be so bad because look, he like, I don't give a darn about you. Right now, he was like, what they gonna do? I ain't trying to be, I don't want to be a part of this. He didn't want to do it, but somehow, some way, they were able to persuade him to get the information or whatever. But
it wasn't somehow, some way. It was I'm jacking you up, and
Curtis had to rough him up a little bit.
Listen, even when he roughed him up, though, he was still on some shoot. I'd rather go to jail type of stuff. I said, God dang,
yeah, like at least I'll be safe there.
Yeah. that means that Johnny Boy is a bad boy. That you'd rather be locked up.
Remember he said last week, he was like, last week he killed somebody for parking in the wrong parking space.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That is so crazy. So that's kind of what we have there. But I want to move into the last two chapters that we were at. We were on chapters 16 and 17. And this is where so after they do this little thing, Curtis said something about cooking, and somehow, some way, they end up. I'm gonna make you dinner. We get to the dinner scene of it, and then we see that Curtis is a little nervous about this. He done stayed up. He really putting a lot of thought into it. He got to call his mama. Like, oh my goodness, what is happening here? Is Curtis starting to feel a little flicker of something? Like, for a best friend, this is what we do? Like, I don't know. My best friend, like, I love you, all that stuff, but I don't know if I'm gonna be all like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just feels like it's a little more than best friend here. But the crazy part about it is that it's the same thing on the opposite end of it. Maya is having the same thing. She done made a whole cake for this man. I said, oh my goodness, are we about to see a love story blossom here, Tika?
Listen, hey. He got up early enough to go to the grocery store. He wasn't just lingering around and letting time go by. No, the dinner was probably later on in the evening sometime, and he got up early enough to go to the grocery store to get all the ingredients and spices and everything that he needed for this lovely recipe. And again, just like EJ said, Maya was nervous as well. I wouldn't be, of course, we wouldn't be mad at a connection. We definitely wouldn't be mad at it. But it's already there. And what better person to fall in love with other than your friend or a really good friend? You know what I mean? So we're gonna keep watching. We're gonna keep reading. I'm telling y'all, this is feeling like a whole movie, a whole series to me right now. A TV show, but we're gonna keep reading to see, how far it actually goes. And I just loved it. I love that moment. Listen, I was cooking and that cake. I wonder, was it what is it? What kind of cake did she make, EJ? It was I know it was in one of them glass cake dishes. So I had the visual of her literally standing there at the door with that whole cake.
That's a Tika pop quiz question.
Listen, because I can't remember what the name of the cake
quiz. That's a Tika pop quiz question.
Because I just put the cake in there, and I can't remember what the name of the cake. It was a very specific cake that she had made.
Y'all want me to get the answer?
They froze. We find out.
We not froze.
He was froze for a second, then he came back.
Oh, okay. I was like,
if y'all know what type of cake Maya brought for Curtis, y'all drop it in the chat.
Listen, you see me, I'm in the book.
It's a real good cake. It's specialty. It's specialized in Florida. We make a lot of those, whether it's a cake or a pie.
It's like a
It's
key lime pie or something. Hold
there you
on.
go. Key
Was
lime
it?
cake, EJ.
Was it? I was just joking. I was
With
just
the
like, you said
top-
it come in a cake or a pie.
Yeah, it's a key lime. It was a key lime cake, and she was gonna add the whipped cream
The
to it
whipped
later
cream.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what kind of cake it was, but yeah, I remember that whipped cream part. I said, "Girl, you better leave that whipped cream alone. Leave that whipped cream where it's
No, let her
at."
bring that. Let her bring that whipped cream. Quit playing.
But listen, that's where we started with Maya. We ended with Maya. Me and Tika were just talking about that last week. That's so we know that this character is going to be something that we got to be really, really paying attention to. She's going to be an important character in the book. But y'all, that was chapter 6 through 17 is where we're at. So next week we're gonna do 18 through, let's see, 18, 20, 10,
27,
maybe 30, maybe 30 though. And then that, because I think it's 42 chapters is what I think. So that'll leave 12 more chapters after that for the last one. So 18 through, what I say?
30.
18 through 30 for next week, y'all. So 18 through 30. So if you've already went ahead, that's great. I get it. I really do. If you have not, if you're doing it with us, then definitely, be ready for chapters 18 through 30 next week. We'll be locked in. And hopefully we'll have the rest of the ladies back up here with us. Special shout out to my girl, Tamika Zen. It's her birthday, y'all. Happy birthday to you, boo.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. And I hope my other girl gets better. She was feeling under the weather. So hope you feel better and all the things, Tisha, and everybody else who wasn't able to make it. Whatever you guys have going on, I hope you guys feel better. If you were not feeling well, all the things, We'll see y'all on next week. Y'all be ready. 18 through 30.
18 through 30, y'all.
It's hard holding back to not give it away after reading it. Listen, I get it. No, I get it. That's why we specifically that's why we're doing it like this, because we know us and we know that we'll be on the wrong thing and we'll be talking about something completely different and be told the whole thing. So we're trying to keep it in the order. Our regular book clubs, though, however, guys, this is a special book club just specifically for Ben. The rest of them will be, we start at the beginning of the month, and at the end of the month is when we'll talk about the entire book. But for this one, we wanted to do something very special and go live each week and talk about it in groups or whatever you want to call it, like in a groups of chapters or whatever. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Right. We wanted to do it like that. So anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all. Like, any final thoughts before we get ready to wrap this all up? Final thoughts, Tika, and then Ben.
Listen, I'm just looking forward to the next however many chapters you just said we got to read. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I really want to get to the end of the book. I really, really do. I'm super excited to see how it all plays out. But again, I keep saying this in all honesty, and not just because Mr. Ben Stevens is in the building, but this is an absolutely great book, an amazing book, a must read, something that will keep you hanging off the edge of your seat. I don't care if you're leaning back in your recliner. I was like, okay, if I lean back in my recliner, I'm gonna fall asleep, but I couldn't. Like, it kept my attention the entire time. So nothing about me, a lot about this book. Y'all make sure y'all go and get this book at cousincurtis.com, CUZZINCURTIS.com. Go get your book today, tomorrow, and just keep racking up, keep buying these books.
Yeah.
Okay, that part. I just dropped the link in there. DeMarcus, to answer your question, I really feel like you would be along the lines of a Winbush fan. Like, you would always go with the character that's going to be the opposite of what most people would go for. So you would probably lean in towards that character. Is what I really think.
It would definitely be a Johnny Boy Winbush.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said Johnny Boy, but because we've already said that we low-key like Johnny Boy, he's gonna go opposite from that, because we all too much like the same characters, like very, very rare. Now, but I do feel like he would go for definitely for like Winbush or one of the I think he would be a Winbush fan, but I would hope that he would be a Johnny Boy fan, since he loves a good villain. This is just really a great villain, to be honest. We need you to go ahead and get the book, DeMarcus, and that way you can tell us exactly which fan you are. And again, if you are like me and you just don't always have the time to pick up the book and read it, turn on your Kindle reading assistant and it will read to you through your Alexa. You just be like, Alexa, read Cousin Curtis Bounty Hunter. And if they find it, So, you know, you got to make sure you got to go through your Alexa app, y'all. If you need it, listen. DM me if you need some help, because I can tell you, I figured it out.
Yeah.
And I know how to change the voice, because ain't nobody trying to listen to Siri voice. I changed the voice. It sounds very natural, and you can listen to it, and it's a very good read. You can cook some food, you can clean up the house, whatever you need to do, and you can just sit there and listen to the book like that, like so. All right, thank you to Marcus for the $5 super sticker. We appreciate it. So anyway, guys, I appreciate. Go ahead.
One more thing, I promise. Don't y'all sleep on Reynard neither. Is it Raynard or Reynard? Because you know I'm from the South.
It's Reynard. It's Reynard.
Okay, so I got it right. Reynard is super smooth, super intelligent. He picked out some in his images where he saw Johnny Boy and Bowen standing together. So it's looking like, okay, well, wait a minute, why were these two even together in the first place in these pictures? So I just want to throw that out there. It's a lot of stuff going on in these books, and y'all absolutely, again, y'all just got to check it out.
It's a lot of hidden
yes.
There's a lot of hidden things in the book. If you read it, you know, read throughout the book, and you see it's a lot of hidden stuff throughout the book that is going to make sense later on.
Yeah, Dan really is. His face is frozen, but his voice
can hear
is
him
not.
though. But he
I know he sounds good, but at least he froze with a smile on his face. But listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all so much. Angelica, Lori, Deborah came through, Dri came through. Dice, thank you for coming through, bro. We appreciate you. The real Aaron Collins. Aaron, go get the book, bro. Go get the book. I promise you're gonna enjoy it. Go get the book. DeMarcus, of course. DeMarcus, go get this doggone book. Don't make me have to make you go get.
Don't make me have to come get you, DeMarcus.
Because you see enough super stickers that you could just go in and get the book.
Okay, you done bought the book about 10 times
the book
now.
already.
Right.
Listen, please go ahead and get the book. I am unpretentious. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate everybody who came through. Again, if you're watching this on the replay, please make sure to go ahead and drop down and type in #ReplaySquad. Let us know that you came through. Let us know what you thought about the book if you're reading it. And if you have not purchased the book yet, please make sure to go ahead and get the book. That is cousincurtis.com. That is CUZZIN. We will leave the link inside of the description as well. And listen, if you can't get it there, just send me a DM on Instagram. Listen, I got you, okay? Right. And we'll make sure that you get to the right place so that you can get the book, okay? So anyway, y'all, we'll be back next week.
To say, EJ.
Also, when we go live, y'all, make sure y'all share it. Share this live with your community as well. Absolutely. But I appreciate everybody who bought the book. Thank y'all so much. The reviews have been incredible, so I'm excited.
Absolutely. So anyway, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all again. And listen, 18 through 30. Next week. And we'll be back next week, same time. And we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Talk that.